colors.
But they do have a picture of it.
Let's go back to that one for the one we're trying to picture code. Let's try to go down.
It's called the.
Right now I have them all open, all down.
Oh yeah, they make them this way.
A train.
Yeah, they come by the train. You can buy by the train. You can buy by the trough. Wow. Yeah, probably.
Now we got
Be
one.
epic until like
4
days
months.
later
I
because
can't
all
remember
the cheese
sex.
was being
Right.
Doesn't matter. We won't show it. I'll just
Alright, you want me to switch the other one on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough.
if I can't find the
Fiber.
game.
Not enough
I
fiber.
realized that was my Isn't that cool?
Mushroom cloud
They
comes
made
out of the
that
bathroom.
Oh,
Slam all that
frothing
in for a little
mushroom
tiny-
cloud.
They,
Oh God!
they
like what Justin must be
really,
doing right now.
Yeah.
they really had it tight.
Alright.
How tight?
Oh, it was tight.
Did he like say something on the Facebook group that he has?
I'll tell you
diarrhea or
what, it
something?
wasn't like that gym girl.
He's got the squirts.
I'll tell you
That's why
that.
he's gonna be here.
Yeah, we're
So we're going
totally
to
gonna
ridicule
make fun of
Justin.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I would never have gotten that.
Give
Ridicule
any-
him? No, of course not.
Ever say why?
Thank you. I'm in
Alright, where is your
You guys,
input?
gotta make up some shit.
30 seconds.
Input? Yeah, you got 30 seconds. Where's input on
Yeah.
this one? Input.
Alright, so let's
Wonder when they're gonna get rid of headphone jacks on computers too.
oh they did oh no they didn't. This one still got it.
Okay, which input are you
That's the
using? for
only
your-
other jack it has.
Which input are you using for your games?
Oh, sorry. HDMI 1.
Thank you.
I'm upscaling
Upscaling.
that. Yeah. That looks good.
Upscaling.
No, it doesn't work for everything, but sometimes when a system really looks like shit, you can upscale it and it looks better.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it looks okay, it looks like shit when you upscale it. So
It also depends on the upscaler.
Yeah,
If we
right.
got a shitty
And I need a
upscaler, everything just
backtrack.
looks dark.
it's not the best, but it's better than this shitty one I keep in here. I keep a spare in the drawer just in case, and that thing is a piece of shit.
Yeah. I've got one that does an okay job, but it just really, 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 really ups the black level. It's
I
really,
hate that.
So like,
Wow.
I have to-
Rob.
so for
Oh, that
that,
was racist.
wasn't it?
That's
So like, you have to completely, you have to completely change your television's display settings for that input, like wildly.
Ben,
different.
slide those
oh,
down
and you
by
break
you.
this all the way up. Okay.
These
Contrast
are now
the way
all
up,
my
okay.
beers.
Careful.
All my beers.
The bottom might fall out too.
Just like Justin's.
We are just gonna go all day on Justin, aren't we? All.
Well, he will be.
He's got a
Oh!
Alright, you guys got a plug behind you?
Dude, you are
Look at how
If there
such
isn't,
a
there's one down here.
bitch. Yeah, that's the closest one.
Alright.
Oh, I thought there was one on the back wall, isn't there?
Well, I was
That's us.
looking for it last week and I did not see
Better
it.
put a building
That was
request in
some
for
magic
that
jack.
extra.
Kinda
Yeah, we need some work orders.
You got a little more, my
put-
friend?
I can get
Some-
you a little more.
You gotta put something in with management.
I mean,
I gotta talk to the management.
We
We
Facilities
need more
management here kinda
extension
sucks.
cords, damn it!
right.
Damn it! I want an extension cord. Wait, I got another
Yeah,
power
grab it.
strip.
All right.
Plug the power strip into
I'm
the
gonna
power
go
strip.
online real quick and see if I can find out.
Hey, you should probably hook a car battery up to
Gee.
it too.
Codes are wrong.
She, you have a shiny collar.
Cheeseburger.
She-burger.
Well, Sheeburger, would you want a Sheeburger?
Icon has cheeseburger.
It's like how many magic rooms are now?
Just so you know, it takes a couple, huh?
It's like all these doors.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
an episode of Scooby Doo.
This house is we call this the TARDIS house because it looks really small from the outside, but it's really big on the inside. There's like 3 bedrooms upstairs. We got 3 bathrooms in this house.
Where's
you
the
look at
third
it,
bathroom?
There's one here. There's 2
Really
upstairs.
long.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, it is.
I like it because it's like a Scooby-Doo ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Let's see what it's gonna do here.
And it's got a secret donut.
72 of them
Hey, if you-
settings.
Are you gonna? Do you want me to unplug?
Go
that?
nuts with
Because
donuts.
Yeah, go ahead and unplug that for now, unless I can.
I can do this then.
I'm gonna see if I can find an update on those switches. Cause I have a feeling they printed them.
Hotels might be tough. Their website of all the suggested ones
some
in
is
the area,
here.
partner ones are pretty much all sold out.
for Game Hook
Just
already.
starting.
All right.
Already, I mean, it is only like it's
6
like,
weeks away.
yeah.
Dude, that's like tomorrow in Nerdspeak.
Yeah, it is. Oh well. Worst comes to
Oh,
worst.
Way to break it.
all right. I was gonna do.
I'm just too strong.
I was gonna put a cold intro in for this week
Yeah, that's what I thought.
because
What?
I'm feeling cold. I don't know.
We're not going to talk about Justin's butthole problems?
Oh, we're definitely talking about Justin's butt.
We're gonna talk about how it smells
Just
like
fire it
Justin's
up and
butthole
start
problems
talking
right now.
buttholes.
Let's just start talking beehole right now.
I didn't fart.
I shit myself.
I poop myself. I don't poop myself.
I dare poop myself. Okay, so
You're the
What
one
we
who
got?
poops on the bones.
we got. Yeah, pretty
There's
much
my
everything's
chocolate.
working. All right,
It's like a bomb on a fuse.
so just kind of roll with it. I'm gonna just do a cold intro. I haven't done one of these in a while.
All right.
I usually
I like cold intro.
just pick one person to pick on, but instead.
Like Justin's butt.
So, yay?
All right, so just before we start the show, I got a memo from upstairs. The tower manager said that he's a little worried about our health. He thinks you guys have been, I believe he said slobby.
No, that's
Is-
right.
is-
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
all
word.
right.
So,
Yeah, I can go. I'm good with that.
so he's basically required us to go on to diet food.
Whoa, no,
Oh,
no,
so,
no.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Oh
Oh!
God, man!
So yeah, they put us on a diet. Sorry, guys.
Let's ration this. I'll take this.
Rob's
just mine.
Son of a bitch! Give me that back! Damn
Every
it.
man for himself.
Damn.
Hoard the
Mutiny!
supplies.
Mutiny!
Mutiny?
Mutiny?
Wait
Wait
a
a minute.
minute.
Yes, it is a mutiny. Screw the management?
Yeah, screw man.
All right, I'm good with that.
Okay, that was good.
Quit
Thanks.
playing with your dinghy.
My dinghy. I'll show
Quit
you my
playing with your
dinghy.
dinghy.
Hey, get off
I like my
dinghy.
dinghy.
Not yo.
I am your
You'll not
mother's
play
wet
with my
dream.
dinghy.
I am JFK.
I roll on a party platter.
Oh, where are
Probably
we?
what JFK would say.
I am the very model of a Mata Major General. I have information, vegetable, something, and mineral. I don't remember. It's Gilbert and Sullivan. They were British or some shit. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not an historian. I'm your president.
Wrong game on screen, but I don't care anymore. Just don't care. Alright.
Steal your mother's wet dream.
Steal your mother's
That looks really good.
Oh my God! Yes. I steal your mother's wet dreams. Wow.
Holy fuck.
You're welcome, internet.
I so need a beer.
Fucking A.
That's why I started drinking already.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna in just a minute.
Thank you. You want to go outside for a cigarette? Because that was great.
Or at least some vaping.
Screw that. Give me leaded. Alright, and in 3, and 2, and 1.
Man, you missed that part.
Man, I totally screwed that up. They have to put that off the beginning. Oh well.
Just gotta cut the tip off. Huh?
Just a tip.
Just for a
Whoa,
second.
whoa, whoa! Not this kind of show, right?
Live from Racine, Wisconsin. Thanks. Good. That gets me a chance to reset that.
It's good.
I'm okay with
Let the
that.
gas go on both.
I think we
ends.
should have 2 cold opens.
You did, damn boy.
Right in a row.
Whoa,
One
wait a
cold
minute.
open.
This way. No, no! It's not gonna smell
No!
Justin's butthole!
Oh no, not more butthole.
Burps and buttholes.
Oh, come on!
The guys gave some beer.
I have one
Oh,
gas.
guys
can,
gave
so-
some buttholes.
Woo! Oh, it sure smells like
For
one.
the love of all it's holy!
Cover the beer! Cover the beer! Cover your beer! Save the children! Save the children!
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, you got it right in Ryan's face.
Sorry, Ryan.
He's like the only one that saw it.
It's slowly dropping over here.
Oh shit. Sorry about that.
Why don't you just run out and
Line of
spray it on the
chocolate
baseline?
It's like a fruity booty booty
Oh
juice.
God! Bring back the card.
At least you didn't go up the beehole.
This show's never gonna stop.
Never.
Oh,
It's not gonna happen.
oh, that's terrible.
It's gonna be one of those short ones, I can tell you that. That's where it's heading.
All right, that was guys, games, and beer.
Yeah, see you
Good night.
Live from the fashionable north side of Racine, Wisconsin. It's the best damn podcast on the air. If you just basically discount all the other ones. It's Guys, Games, and Beer! It has been a rough day already.
Why, yes, it has.
The burning in my eyes and nose tells me to.
That it's
To
just
be
getting
true.
started.
Yeah, I just did a line of baby powder.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be hacking
I
that
didn't
up.
know they
I'm
aerosolized
gonna be
things.
hacking that up all night.
Just be
It's
glad,
not aerosolized,
glad
it's
this is
weaponized.
My
not
bad.
a smell cast. It's
All right, so hey, let's start with the
Agent
show beer
Goo
tonight,
Goo
guys.
Gaga.
Oh, no. It's time for Beer Court.
Time for beer court.
Bum, ba-dum, bum.
That was a good handout.
That really was a nice handout.
Bum, bum. Bum, bum.
Bum, 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 ba-da-da.
Today, the Capital Brewery Company versus the
They've been
state
watching
of
our show,
Wisconsin.
apparently.
It's an IPA.
It's not only an IPA, it's a mutiny IPA.
Mutiny!
Mutiny!
They've been watching the show.
Eepa!
It's a twist top, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
Son of a bitch.
classic
Fancy.
American.
But it's
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, anybody
Tell me
have anything on
about
the
Suck
cover?
the
What do you
foam!
think of it?
Do we have anything on the cover to read?
Yeah, it says they make beer for
Yes, it's a mutiny.
25 years.
Hey, we have
or
beer
so. It's,
This is where we have the beer.
wide variety
Yeah.
of delicious
It-
beers.
Government
It
warning.
looks like anal from here. I only see
Pretty
anal,
confident that's about
anal
what you
beer.
get.
Anal brewery.
No, it
Oh.
says annual beer, but the second N and the U is covered, so it looks like anal beer to me.
Finally, an anal beer.
So this is a suppository, eh?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Everyone to the G2B bathrooms.
Justin's already occupying them.
Boom.
It's empty.
Hey, way to make a big
closed.
thunk, Tom.
I know the difference.
For more than 25 years, Capital Brewery has proudly, I almost said properly, represented Wisconsin's rich brewing heritage. I almost said fertilization. I had hair in my mouth.
You didn't believe my summation?
No, not really. Ooh. Capital produces a wide range of proud, loud, something personalities. Jeez, I can't read any of this.
Cult of personality.
All of whom are dedicated
I told you, anal beer.
You,
to enhancing the enjoyment
It is.
of ale.
here you go, Rob. Here you go. Here's your
Here's your
glass.
Please
Cheers.
allow
There's your readers.
our. Oh, thank you.
Please allow up to
Thank
48
you.
hours to set.
Please allow our products to welcome your palate to a world of balance, harmony, and eminent drinkability. Wow, that is.
No,
I
that,
found-
that ending sounds
I found
in
something
direct
on the neck here.
conflict to a mutiny.
Government warning. 1. According to the Surgeon General, women should. Oh, we've done that one. Oh, okay.
We've read
No,
that
it's
one
only
before.
good when it's spaced like this, when it just ends the line.
Oh, for the love of
with
God, can I
alcoholic
just drink
beverages.
this?
Yes, please.
No,
I want to
no.
drink this.
Well,
Say
we've already been
something more like-
drinking it.
This is beer court, which means I drink.
You drink this, you might end up punching a cop.
Especially Madison.
I'd like you to write that up, please, as your dissenting viewpoint.
Dissent.
Let's go punch some cops.
I have so much follow-up that I won't say on the air for that. So much.
Probably a little sensitive right now, I suppose,
Yeah.
out there. Probably a little sensitive.
Rightfully so.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Those buttons
A
not going anymore.
joke.
I missed your joke. I was still
No, you
fixated
used
on
to
the
have
anal
to-
beer thing.
You're
Anyway,
fixated
speed
on
press. Speed
anal
press, but
a
it's
little
not
bit too
This
much,
is
brother.
completely fake.
A little too Sigmund.
Not enough.
Freud? Not enough Jung, maybe? Maybe it needs a little.
I mean,
Jung?
yeah, it's a fine
A
IPA.
little Carl.
Which,
So it's not
which
mutiny
is to
enough
say,
for you?
I could
it
get
is a beer.
I could get it mixed up with a lot of other IPAs.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. There's
But
nothing,
I can drink it.
It's a very drinkable beer.
Well,
Ryan?
That's
thoughts?
it.
Well, some IPAs are a little too too much for me. So
The hot.
this
sack
one, like,
tack.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, someone like if I have any food, if I drink an IPA, they just don't go together.
Yeah, that's
This one
why
I
you just
think I could
basically drink your
drink
IPA
and
all
have-
day and throw up at the end.
Well, it's not trying to kill me with hops.
No, exactly. It's
Yeah.
not right. They're not killing you with the hops.
You know, you run a thin line, I think, when you make an IPA.
Well, there's just so many of them nowadays.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get nasty real quick, and I think a lot of IPAs cross that nasty ass. Tastes like a sock
And
line.
yet,
This doesn't cross that
And yet
line.
people,
people
still
love them.
love them, and it's just like, no, you don't have to. Everyone doesn't need to make an IPA.
That's
Sure.
true.
Apparently
So you're
everyone
basically
does,
saying
yes.
that IPA is kind of like hot sauce. Eventually, there's just a point where people are just like crying and drinking it,
Yeah.
just because they're like,
You're not-
oh,
I
you can
love
drink
this
this.
ghost pepper sauce. It's so good.
That being
Yeah!
said, ghost pepper beer, not so good. Who the hell thought the idea of putting ghost peppers in beer is a good idea? Really?
I
Really?
don't know,
I
maybe
thought it
it
was
was
alright.
the same guy who made IPAs,
Must have been.
not in the 1600s.
Would you like to mention the history of Indian Pale Ale, or do you think you have done that to
I think I have done that to death.
I think
We did the
everyone
history of
should
IPAs.
know.
Look on any IPA episode, I think, and
And we will talk about
Yeah.
why IPAs exist.
It's the horny of Africa that made.
Or
it
just
happen.
like Google it and like the first 30 results would be like, this is why we love IPAs. The history's so rich, or some shit like that.
It was
No, it was just
before the
very practical.
technology.
yeah.
You got it completely wrong.
Yeah, I
It
think
was
that's.
simply practical.
I think that's the point I'm trying
Wouldn't
to
it
make
be more
here.
practical just to brew the beer there?
No, you remember that
No.
yeast only brews at certain temperatures. So to brew a colder beer, you can't brew it in a warmer temperature.
Back in the
Oh,
day
okay.
before they had
Fine.
refrigeration.
Yeah. Oh no! Why? No.
Well, that's why you get. That's why.
All
you
right,
get-
time for history
All right,
lesson,
all right.
everybody.
That's right.
Today's
No,
topic.
We're not
It's too
going to get
late.
into brewing.
But just
Let's finish
to
this
that
up.
We're
quick
like the
point.
Boulder in
That's why you
Indiana
have
Jones.
seasonal beers, because they're beers that are brewed at different temperatures.
Right, right.
all right, let's put this to a vote.
Let's put this to a vote.
Let's put this to a
I'm going to give it a thumbs up. It's a fine beer.
That's good enough for me.
Okay, we do have.
I
Oh,
like
like
that's right. Larry,
Larry,
Yeah, I'm out this week.
No, no.
What are you
How did you
accusing
put
me?
this? You had to. Larry had to recuse himself this
I'm
week.
recusing myself
abstains.
this week.
All right. So a mixed bag on this one. 3 up, 2 medium, 1 down.
That gives it a vote up. It survived.
It survived. It's
did,
again, it's a perfectly
barely.
drinkable IPA. I mean, you know
I
what?
really feel like those are mutually exclusive.
I would not go out of my way to get
You
it.
gotta start
What if it was-
separating
if
whether
somebody
or
put it
not
in front of
it's
me,
good
I'm drinking it.
execution or just something you don't like. You don't, you can have good execution and you not like it.
It's
Right.
weird. It's almost as if we had this same conversation about pumpkin beers last week.
Yes, we did.
Except we all agreed that pumpkin beers are ass.
That's
No,
right.
no, we didn't.
No,
It's
not
weird.
pumpkin beers. Pumpkin
Spice.
spice beers.
Sorry.
Pumpkin spice needs to die.
Yeah.
Also
Pumpkins
disagree.
are good.
Yeah, in a beer, it's just not. Something in a pie. Pumpkin spice is amazing.
I mean, I'll,
In a beer, I don't want to taste a beer that tastes like a pumpkin pie. I want a beer that tastes like a beer.
why are you drinking an IPA?
It tastes like.
It tastes like hops, though.
It tastes like one of the key
tastes like-
ingredients.
Yeah. If we're going with the German purity law, we're still good with this.
Let's
Not
not
going
get too
Germany-
deep into the
Germany
Germany
law.
law.
That's weird, dude.
It might be.
Right. Okay. All right.
41, man,
Let's
41.
put the verdict on this so we can get to the show.
So on the count of being impure, I find you innocent. On the count of being kind of boring, guilty. But hell, I'll drink it.
Can't say no to a
We'll
free
drink
beer.
it.
Mutiny
the
IPA.
gallows.
Right.
Not
Cheers.
bad.
Okay. So Rob, the real topic tonight.
The real topic is death. We're going to talk a little bit about death. We're going to talk about systems that are long dead. They
let's-
could have died of natural causes. That's just they were
Right.
aged out. They could have died due to the company going out of business. Could be whatever death. But we're going to talk about the games that came up after they died. So the games
Right.
of the afterlife, zombie games. Whatever. Anyway, Tom has an unboxing today.
Right, so let's talk about this. This is really kind of what started this whole topic. Is a bunch of us in the group bought a new game for a very old system. For those of you who have not seen our show before, the Vectrex is one of our favorites as far as classic retro systems go. So the three of us there's three of us on the show who own Vectrex, and then a few of our friends who own Vectrexes as well. But we have a lot of them in the group. And so, yeah, a new set of games just came out of
UK?
the UK. Thank you. And
Where they smash
so,
boxes.
so we're gonna do a little unboxing for you. Now, I did actually cut the box open to make sure the contents weren't destroyed, but I have not unwrapped the contents inside yet.
They're not
Three
allowed
of
knives down.
three of us ordered this, and all the boxes arrived like this or worse. Look, I
You
mean,
ordered
They weren't all
something
in one
from
box?
the UK
No.
and they were sending it to the United States. Yeah, they're gonna smash the
no,
boxes.
they're not
dude.
supposed to look like this. I mean, they
Yeah,
really.
they hate
Goddamn colonials.
So fortunately,
smash.
Larry and I were very lucky, and the materials arrived uncrushed inside. My brother Jimmy not so lucky. His were kind of flattened on the inside as well. So we'll go ahead and unbox this. As you can see, the box
We'll quickly mention
took
that the
a lot
provider-
of damage.
the
Oh yeah,
provider took care of it.
yeah.
so
I will say again, they really were really good about sending him replacements immediately. They've already got those out and going.
Smashing.
The inside wrapping, again, that was also maybe part of the problem. Could have probably had a little bit more on the inside than just one layer of bubble wrap. I'm going to put that out there. So,
Doesn't even fill the whole box.
this is a new game for the... actually, this is two new games for the Vectrex on one cartridge. This is this Nox, which is a race game, and then they also on the back here have Death Chase, which is a remake of probably one of the earliest controversial games ever, Death Chase at the arcade, Death Race at the arcade,
Yep.
which literally was one of the first games to get pulled from arcades because you'd run over little people and gravestones would pop up,
It was
and
awesome.
people freaked the fuck out when it happened. It was
Agreed.
awesome too. So I got to say the packaging, really nice job on the packaging. I mean,
Looks
professional,
like a
professional
Vectrex
quality.
game.
Yeah,
Very nice.
very much so. They did a double siding on it. The one game on the one side, other game on the other side.
Oh god, it's like those double enders. Remember those?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
God, for the
double-
2600.
double- yeah.
Yes. Yeah, where the box would be double sided.
Kills me.
Inside packaging looks really nice. Thick foam holding the cartridge in place. Now here's the beauty of this. This thing comes with overlays. And anybody who knows the Vectrex market knows it's all about the overlays. So this guy has custom designed a few overlays for it. Let me, so here's the one for Nox. Let me peel the protective cover off of it.
Is there only protective cover on
There
one
goes the
side?
value.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
I
you
think
just-
it's only
worth
printed
nothing
really
now.
on one.
Yeah, it would be. Maybe I'll peel the protective cover off.
I found mine really tough to get off.
Why, thank you. That's good to know, because dang, this is,
You're gonna be in it for the long haul.
yeah, you might be in this for the long haul. Let me see if I can get this
You,
started.
might,
There,
you
Gus.
really got to jerk around on that, dude.
All right, let's see.
Apparently, all of us bite our nails.
Ooh, nice.
That's true.
Except
Okay.
Tom. Look, he went quick for the meat.
That is a beautiful piece of artwork. So,
That is a nice looking.
thick plastic. Feels like the original style as far as that goes.
We've talked about whether or not that's good or bad.
You know-
We've had reproductions that had a different kind of plastic that was a little more flexible that probably wouldn't
Right.
crack.
So,
But
again, the Vectrex is a vector graphics
man,
game,
here's
and
the
you
time,
really need to have some kind of overlay to make the game look good.
the
Nice look.
screen's only black and white.
Right. It's only black and white because it's a vector graphics game. Thank you. Simple manual, just basically a single page printout, but really the quality of the manual is quite good as well. Whoa! How all right.
Damn it, Ben.
Let's see. And the next one then is the Death Race one. Let's go ahead and peel the cover off of that.
Freak out in the background.
You like that? I like that too. Yeah.
I love the guy
You
with the
need
exclamation
peanut
point
gallery.
above his head.
Yeah. As the two cars are about to hit him. Wow. See if I can get the cover off of this
Oh,
one.
can I see that?
I thought he
Yeah,
had a quest.
pass the manual down.
Don't
Yeah.
pass anything back.
There's the Nox one. Yeah. Don't pass anything by.
Well, at least it wasn't this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, God, this
and
is
something
really
we
good.
read about in it, and he said on his website, and this is kind of interesting and crossing, think that Nox will work with no cross pinning or anything like that. The Atari driver controller.
Oh
You
really?
You gotta shave it down a little bit because it's a little
Won't
long.
fit. They
It
make
won't
you. Oh,
quite
you can make
fit.
an adapter.
But otherwise, but you don't have to change the pins in
Well,
any way.
that's
So
really-
they just plug it right in and you can use it.
Okay, so let's take a look at the Death
Wait,
Race
does
one.
that turn it into a two-player game?
Well, it's actually a 4-player game, and
Wow, these
you
cover
can
two-
use basically with 2 joysticks. You can use the buttons and controller and so if you have 2 controllers and
Wow.
one person gets 2 buttons, one person gets the other
Okay,
buttons.
I gotta tell you, the Nox cover is not really as cool.
No,
This
no.
Death Chase
It
cover
is
is
nice.
freaking awesome.
I can't tell.
I like the last cover. Let me see this one.
Oh no! Wait till you see the overlay.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful. You gotta get a snapshot of that.
yeah, these are really
That's
really
really
good.
nice.
So I'm gonna bring this up close. So this is the Death Chase one. I gotta say, wow, nice artwork.
Top camera, man.
Sorry about that. And there is the Nox one. The Nox one's fairly simple. I mean, it's basically a multi-shade orange with some white printing. But this
Well, it's
Death
got a
Chase
delightful
one,
start-finish line.
The Death Chase one is absolutely gorgeous. That really is a
Up
cool
camera, dude.
looking
Nah, he forgot.
up camera.
But actually, you know what's
Who cares? That's
interesting about
live.
that
Let's
one?
screw
Is
that.
because
Up
there's
your
not a lot
camera.
of difference in the center
Yeah.
of the screen. You could leave it on for probably quite a few games.
Yeah,
and it
you
would
probably could, but
still
again,
be okay.
the
That
art,
looks really
the
cool.
artwork
Yeah.
on that is freaking awesome. All right, so we're gonna put this one on because I actually want to see Death Chase on here. So, the deal was really good. He had a 3-for-1 deal basically. You bought these two, and for a little bit extra, he threw in one of his older games, which does not come with an overlay. It is Galaxy Wars.
Is that like a remake of Space War?
Yeah, it is.
Baller.
So it's 2-player.
Wait, is that the one with like
yeah,
you
this
go
is a
around the
two-player.
outside? Like
Yeah.
the middle?
So,
One of the very, very first video games, period.
yeah. So this is kind of a no overlay for this one, but it's kind of a cool little throw me in. So I picked the whole
Does
package.
it have different ships?
Yeah, I think it does.
That would. Oh man, Space Wars.
All right, so we're going to try them all out. So the first thing I want to do is try out this new cartridge. The cartridge again, he's looks like he's
No,
using
it's not like Space Wars.
Space War.
Space War.
Well, no, it's
Is he using old new stock?
War!
No, he looks.
it's more like you have a missile that you launch and you can control it. It's a guided missile.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay,
you gotta
so-
walk it through like basically impenetrable things to hit the bad guys.
All right, well then it's
on
not the
top.
same.
I'm
So
thinking about the thing on
it-
the PDP one.
right, it
that
looks
big
like
old mainframe.
he's using old new stock of the cartridges because it actually has the GCE logo on the cartridge stock. So here's the stock again. Really nice artwork on the front of the cartridge. He did a really nice job on these as well.
Hey, they can't hear you.
Okay, well, he did a really nice job on these as well.
Looks better than the original ones, honestly.
Yeah, I've got to say, it's a really cool looking cartridge,
really
actually.
nice.
30
So-
years will do that.
All right, so let's see. I'm just going to fire it up without the cartridge in to make sure
Maybe
we're,
he used
that we're all
virgin
powered up and ready to
plastic.
go here.
That one takes like an hour to power up, just
All right, well, good to know. Let's see if I can find the knob here.
I think you mentioned that before we started recording, right?
I did, but
Okay.
he won't remember that.
I won't.
You just like fast forward through this whole
Okay,
section.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Is the power strip on?
I was just going to
Is
make sure
it
we're plugged in.
It's a red
Is it
light.
turned
Of course
on?
it's on. What are you talking about? He just doesn't know what he's doing.
There it is. Okay. All right, so it's
Yeah,
powered up. All
Because
right.
it took a while for the buzz to start.
All right, so I'm going to put the cartridge in.
Oh, I thought that was a handle.
With it turned
Yeah.
on. Oh wait,
No,
no,
I'm not that stupid. Well, almost, but not quite. All right, so let's power that up.
Is it on?
Don't you hear the?
You can hear the buzz right in the background. We're next to the mic. I'm sure they're hearing the buzz.
Well,
Those are
alright.
the cicada.
See
and
the
they're
nice
coming to
green.
Here we go. Nox and Death Chase
There we go.
by Nox. Select game. All right. And oh, nice. They put the cross on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my!
Oh,
Oh,
that's so cool.
wow, that is really nice.
Oh, now I'm only seeing his back.
Move over.
He moved.
All right, one player. Barriers on. Start game. Here we go. Where am I here? Oh, there I am.
We'll do
Oh yeah, this is Death Chase, all right.
we'll do a quick recording of it afterwards, and I'll superimpose it.
Yeah, because wow, you hit them as you hit people, the little cross pops up.
You can crush the gravestones too by running into
Yeah,
them.
and knock them off the screen because they get in your way, so you have to kind of knock them up.
What's-
But
The original game, was it just timed? I don't.
yeah, it was just timed.
Like,
This
how many,
is
how
really
many people
good.
could you run over and?
Well, and
Wow.
you get a sense that it really
I can-
is.
now
well,
I
it
can
really
see
is
why
a
that would get
two-player.
pulled.
Yeah,
really.
it would be better as a two-player game.
because it's. I'm gonna outscore you.
Right.
You know, it's direct competition.
It looks like it's timing. It is counting down though, so I'm going to assume it's a timed game. Again,
Without this, Carmageddon would.
So when were these games released officially, like by this guy?
this year, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
something like
yeah,
that.
they're,
I mean, these
they're-
are like fresh off.
Yeah,
the-
these are fresh out. So this is a game, a 2016 game for a system that hasn't been produced since 82, 84. 84. So, yeah, this pretty well qualifies as a really new game. And here's the thing. It's not just some hacky homebrew. This is a pretty good professional quality. He went through the work of making overlays for these games. Again, it's not just a board with a ROM stuck on it. He made a full cartridge for it. Manuals, box, everything. It's really like a brand new game. Again, and gotta say, spectacular looking. Let's take a quick look at
From
Nox.
someone who played the original.
Yeah, from somebody who played the original. Let's take a look at Nox once. You got the
Did,
Nox overlay down there? Yeah, okay.
Did he?
So
did
they
he announce
burn
any
all the
DLC?
death races like they did books back then?
Yeah. Right in the arcade too. That's the worst part about it.
All right, so let's try Nox and see how Nox.
Then the
looks.
really sweet machines went up too.
I heard your
you know.
hilarious comment, Matt. I don't know if anyone else is gonna recognize it, but I thought it was great.
Thank you, Ben.
The DLC we all heard.
No one acknowledged it.
Yeah, well, we didn't need to acknowledge it. Everybody else heard it.
That was a good joke, old fart.
It was. I didn't say it wasn't a good joke. We just didn't need to acknowledge it. Everybody heard it. All right, select game, Nox. I gotta say, his title screens are really good. So he's
Yeah, I could.
oh, Granny mode.
Yeah, you should do Granny.
That
I am-
sounds like me.
I am playing Granny mode.
I'm granny mode right now.
So it's basically just a straight out race game.
crotchety.
Also, like it looks like Sprint or something.
It's Sprint. It is.
Yeah.
It's a Sprint.
There's the oil.
And with the-
Yep.
I thought that was a car at first, and I finally.
Oh
saw
yeah,
it
the
said
oil slick
Yep.
works nicely.
Ah, it's granny
Yeah, I
mode.
would definitely say you're gonna want to play this with the
Because Granny's got an oil slick that you can run over.
with a driving with a this would be much better with a wheel because dang, it's really hard to do with
and
that.
a competent player.
Well,
Oh,
that too.
yeah.
Somebody who hasn't been drinking for a few hours already,
I think
okay?
it's just straight use.
But again, nice graphics. The overlay works well with the game. Decent. All right, let's try the one last game that we got with this package.
Yeah, just yank it out.
Yeah, just yank that out for me.
Just wait, is that how we destroy your stupid video game?
Yeah, take those.
I did it.
All right, the other manual is.
Someone.
All right, go ahead and pop that one in there.
I'm on a video game
The other manual
podcast,
already back in?
but I
Yeah.
hate video games actually. Yeah.
All right, we're in. Okay, so this is the Space Galaxy Wars and Space Launcher.
Space Launcher is the one I think I was playing. I'm not sure on the other
The
one.
Galaxy War one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll try the Galaxy War one. Cause
These are the new Nintendo NX cartridges.
Galaxy War. Again, the guy does nice work for vector graphics, too. Press 4 to start. Let's try Galaxy Wars, one player.
So how long ago was Galaxy Wars made a pro display? That was a few years old, or
I think, yeah, I want to say he did this one a couple of years ago. I think he's got a release date on it somewhere here. Let's see.
Pull the cartridge out and take a look.
Yeah.
Options.
Since 1983. What the hell?
and the Vectrex is on fire.
Right.
How did that happen?
No, you're on here.
Not
Yeah, see, it's like a guided missile, so go up there and
Right.
kill one of those. But
I don't
these
feel
guys
there's
here,
a
I think,
Easter egg
they'll
behind
kill
here.
you. So you want to like,
No, that's
and
where it
then
hides
then
the
you want to
heroin.
hit the UFOs with your
Pure
rocket.
heroin.
Pure heroin.
There you go. See, like that.
okay. So it's that's an interesting concept for a game. I kind of like it.
Now there's
Looks like
like
it was a
those
ring
things
ball.
going across though. If you hit those,
Right. Well, also
They're just-
they're
they-
like
they
that.
just-
They're blockers.
they block.
Yeah. Again, decent game.
Excuse me.
Nice vector graphics.
Cthulhu lives.
Actually, it reminded me a little bit of, and I always screw this up. The Atari game. I think I got it. No, Megalomania.
Yes.
It kind of
Great game.
reminded me of that. Yeah,
Not
with-
as good as Spider Fighter, but that's a big
Bone of contention or
yeah,
just a big bone?
Just a big bone.
Boner.
But the way the ships are going across the top reminded me of one level of that game.
Yeah. So we're gonna sit here and quietly play. A game
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I've only got one more to go. One more
You
to
can
go.
ex-
One
you
more
can
to go.
explain
All
what's
right.
going on.
lost.
Okay,
I
so-
could, but I can't really see the screen.
No, I was
so-
talking to him.
So
Yeah.
It's
the
pretty much Tom's fault.
the cool thing about this again is
Damn it, Tom.
this is the kind of quality that we're coming out for now. Yeah, for retro games. I mean,
Hey Tom, Mike too, maybe.
This is why
Every
we
time.
can't have a nice podcast.
This is why we cannot have a nice podcast. So, here's the thing we're talking about. We're talking about what's coming out for old systems, like your old NES or your old Vectrex or your old Atari 2600. There's really good production quality games coming out. And we're not talking just a couple. There's tons of this stuff available. Pretty easy to find and some pretty good quality games to boot. So we're going to continue to talk about that. But I got to say, Nox, Death Chase, and the
Galaxy Wars.
Galaxy Wars is a really good package. We will have a link to this guy's website on our website. The name of I was looking for the name of the company. It's Entertaining Old Ideas.
I can't really make fun of it.
So, all right. Okay, so
Swing that mic, buddy.
I'll swing the mic back now. Swing the mic back.
Thank you.
Sweet
It swings to the left. It swings to the left.
I know.
All right. All right.
I had a feeling.
And I'll stop that buzzing from that
Yeah, I
thing.
thought that was just my ears.
No,
I
no,
know.
yeah.
It sounds so quiet in here now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like.
Could you
it's
guys
like the
stop
ring got
screaming now, please?
Yeah,
What?
We don't need to talk about the buzz of the Vectrex.
All right, how about it, Lear?
Well, I have one here I could show, but as I was talking, I started thinking about ones that we've seen at the Midwest Gaming Classic. But I'll let other people maybe get to those, and if they don't, then maybe come back. But for now, I'll talk about this here one. This is the Fix-It Felix.
I can't hear you, Larry.
Can't hear you, Lear.
Man.
Fix it. No, I'm just gonna go back. I was coming back quick enough. I was just getting the visual in. So, Fix It Felix was basically it's a new game. Bought it 2 years ago at the Midwest Gaming Classic, and it was it's obviously someone produced it. Related to the movie, but it's kind of interesting. It's for the Genesis system. And it was put out as if it had been put out back then, because the movie would have kind of worked with that machine. It would have been the right. It would have been the right timeline for this to have come out on that system. Maybe a little bit like because you figure Donkey Kong came out on the NES, and they were kind of close to Genesis.
Okay.
So this probably would have come out
Around that same era.
Yeah, it probably would have came out. So it's like a dead system producing something that acts like it was, but never was.
Yeah.
I
mean,
and
that
again,
makes
it
sense.
looks,
Even the
looks
packaging.
the packaging is exactly what it feels like a game that was bought at the time.
Yeah, they did a really good job on this particular production. Again, if you look at the not just the packaging, but the cartridge itself looks like you said, it's a standard Genesis cartridge. The artwork is very much from the time. I mean,
So,
they did a great job reproducing an old system game.
So yeah, it looks like they didn't include an instruction manual.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's jacked
come
up.
on.
Okay, that's a little jacked up. They could have
that's-
put a manual.
Oh, I mean, it is like one button, and it's
It's like a modern game.
yeah.
yeah, right. No manual.
Right.
So I gotta ask, how much they get you on that one?
50.
Right, and that's not.
Ooh, but I will say the sticker quality and the size of it seems like it's more than what we got back in the day.
No, that is exactly what you got back in the day.
No, this looks nicer than what I got back in the day.
No, they just got old on you, is what happened, and you guys drew all
The
over
size
them,
probably still
put your
different because
names
there's
on
probably
them.
a
No, wait, no.
groove.
So here we go. Wait,
And there is.
That's not gonna work.
A
That's not
groove
gonna
in
work.
the cartridge,
Yeah,
but,
examples.
but it's possible that it could
Of
be
all the ones I
higher
could
quality.
grab.
Yeah, I'm saying this is higher quality, and I'm calling it. And guess who did not wearing? Guess who's not wearing readers right now?
So wait,
All
first
right.
he grabbed it on cartridge, then he grabbed it on D-box.
That one's in there.
Third time a charm?
It has to be, because I can't have played
Watching
every
the old
freaking
style
game in here.
cartridge?
See, I'm saying no, they're the same.
Very close.
No, this is higher quality. I'm
no,
not wearing
this
readers.
is newer.
Ben,
This
this
is higher
is
quality.
faded with time.
Thank you.
I hate all of you people because you
Because you're
don't
wrong.
understand.
I hate
these
all of you
things.
people, and I'm also wrong.
So
Just in
they could
case you were
have put the
wondering.
little hanging tab. you
Okay,
know,
now that would have been a good
Well,
touch
it's,
too.
Do they
But-
have the hanging tab, or they just buy
and an
a lot of
instruction
old stock?
manual, and then it'd have been perfect. But
But they
you know.
really did a good job.
Yeah, and the game is pretty fun. It plays pretty well. So
I was
you know,
gonna
it's-
compliment
the only problem with it, I will put a bit of a warning on here.
Yeah, we did.
Seems to only work in 1.5. Genesis 1.5.
Yeah, you had that issue with that one.
Yeah,
It's
it
just a bit
doesn't
of an
work in
issue.
the original.
Right.
The original one, it works.
The
in
old Genesis.
Yeah, I don't know if they.
The
It has
Genesis.
another name like Slim or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
you know.
yeah, they had.
So, is that the one with the volume on it? Doesn't work on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So the first
Yeah.
one that looks kind of like a CD player on the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
does not work with that.
This
one.
one's
Oh.
small. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
kind
Because
of.
there's the 2 and the 3 or something. Like that.
Right. There's
So,
the two. Yeah. and then
It's
I
probably
put-
the 2 then, I guess.
the two. It works on the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
So
the
if you
yeah.
were to find it, you know, you're gonna want to have the 2 to play it.
The
on.
newer Genesis.
Yeah.
Home Genesis.
That's probably what they tested on. They
Yeah,
probably never
probably.
went back and tested it. And,
Well, you know, that's always a question of having them around.
So
All right.
Benjamin,
I'm here for the free beer, and that's it.
that's my
here
boy.
for the beer.
How about it, Matt?
I'm here for the second topic.
All right.
That's a good topic.
That is a good
Beer.
topic.
Good topic to be
We'll get
here
to that
for.
too.
All right, so I'm gonna throw out something a little bit earlier. I'm gonna go with Neo Mr. Do. Uh, just because I powered up the Neo Geo first today and thought, hey, I was originally gonna do a Vectrex game, but I thought everybody's doing a Vectrex game, so I might as well do. Neo Mr. Do was a remake of the original Mr. Do, and it was done during the 16-bit era, so that makes it a really old remake. So you could remake the remake now, which would be awesome. But anyway, Mr. Do was a lot like Dig Dug. If you've ever played that, you basically are digging around in an underground field and try to kill your enemies and collect things. The Neo Geo version is freaking beautiful, though. It is. I would say don't even bother playing the original version of Mr. Do when Neo Mr. Do is around. It was just so much better of a game. It controlled better. It looked better. It was just great. It's how you remembered Mr. Do. You know how you play a game?
Yeah.
And then
Goldeneye
it's like
had that for
nothing
me.
like it's nothing like you remembered. It's like, oh, this is janky. Well, Mr. Do is like that, but if you play Mr. Neo,
Mr.
yeah,
No, but
You
that
play,
wasn't by
Neo
Tatio,
Mr.
right?
Do.
Who released that one? Do you know?
SNK released it. I mean, they must have bought the rights.
Okay,
to
so
it
they
or
just bought the
something.
rights and did that.
I would
right?
guess.
Sync.
But yeah, it was just great. A great game.
Kitchen
Looks
sink.
great, plays great, fun. Tom already
Wow,
did
fun.
his.
No, actually, I want to go back and talk. I want to discuss a little bit about this. So, you know, we set a few criteria for this before. So, what makes something a new game for a retro system? Some retro systems, like let's go with the Intellivision. Not the Intellivision. The ColecoVision had a home computer element to it called the Atom. So, you know, there were a lot of homebrew games out there, even during its lifetime, where people would write games or type in games out of basic books and then send them out on tape or whatever. I don't consider those to be it. I think really to be a game like that, you have to be a reproduction of what the original games were like, whether it's a cartridge.
So what about just sending out for the Vectrex, for example? There's a lot of games that are just the code was
Right.
made available.
I don't count that.
Yeah.
I really
Until
don't.
you take the step of actually putting it on a board.
Exactly.
And,
Even if
okay.
you just put it on a board, I think at that point makes it a re-release. Because yes, in the Vectrex market, you're not allowed to really upcharge too much on it because part of the whole deal of the licensing on this is that you aren't allowed to make a lot of money on it. They don't want people doing that. That's why you get a lot of people.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get fat
Who
rich off
does-
of making games for the Vectrex.
Some of those games, there's one guy who makes games that are just worth unbelievable amounts of money. Yes, don't kid yourself. You could probably. The guy who does Warrior. He sells them for unbelievable prices.
That was a thing in Vectrex for a while too.
Yeah.
That they were unbelievably priced, but
Right.
now they're pretty good. I mean, you can get most of these at
Most of
reasonable
them.
prices.
Most of
yeah.
them. So you really have to go the step of actually creating a cartridge or making it so it's an actual release for the system. If it's on DVD, burn it to a production DVD, something along those lines. Not just something you're turning out in your bedroom at night. Well, I shouldn't say that because we know a few people who actually do turn them out. Pack Rat Games probably turns them out in his bedroom at night. Just
turn it out on my bedroom.
I bet
But, no,
I
to
bet
be
he's got a
fair,
workbench in his bedroom.
But
Don't we
I
all?
mean, he's turning out this.
He
You
turns
know,
out
the box.
He
and-
turns out professional
Well,
quality things.
it's funny.
But I'm still betting he's got a workbench in his bedroom.
Could
I
be.
would bet money
It
on it.
could be, but it's funny you should mention him because he was the one that I was going to mention on Justin's behalf.
Oh,
Yeah.
why is that?
Because,
Oh, hey, wait a minute. If you
because-
notice, we're missing somebody tonight. We're missing Justin.
Yeah, because-
Justin, why is Justin not here tonight, Larry?
because there's a 2600 game that was released called Explosive Diarrhea.
Fruity booty doodle juice.
Justin, are you playing Explosive Diarrhea this evening?
He got the only
On the
copy.
Atari 2600?
I think he's just playing it on the toilet.
Well, I would too.
He's just letting it all go and peeing out his butthole.
Let it go.
This,
Let it go.
this is a legit game for the 2600, available like in a box and stuff.
Yeah, no,
and
actually, I saw it.
Yeah.
And it's labeled, and the boxing looks good on it. They did
Yeah.
a really nice job.
So it really qualifies. Now, to be clarified on what it actually is, it's basically a family of rednecks at a reunion. Nice, huh?
Nice backstory. Nice
Yeah,
backstory.
yeah.
Nice
And
Wisconsin.
unfortunately, it's next to a minefield. And the outhouse is
Or
on the other
fortunately.
side of the minefield.
Wow.
So how many rednecks can you guide to the restroom?
Wow. Okay. That is actually a clever idea for a game. I'm good with that.
So otherwise they explode.
Right. So these games have been around for a while. So I was going to show it tonight, and unfortunately the system's not behaving well. We have I guess I think probably the first example of a new game for a retro system. It actually goes back to like 1983. This was long after the Bally Astrocade had kind of died out as a system. It was a very expensive system. It only survived to like 79 or 80. It's
Freaking beautiful though.
beautiful system, had some of the best graphics of its time, had a lot of things that most systems don't have. But what
Frame
happened?
buffer.
What's that?
A frame buffer.
Frame buffer, yeah. It had RAM, a frame buffer, things like that. Long before anybody else did. And one of the first games to have it had cartridges, which was again also
One of the first, yeah.
one of the
It was- It was
first.
in the first 10.
generation
Right.
of that. So they had a game for it called Treasure Cove, which came out in 1983, and I'm gonna bet it had to be some ex-programmer or something like that from the company who probably released it. It really did quite well as far as a third-party cartridge. It was made out of, where was it made out of? San Jose, California. So basically came out in one of their like newsletters, one of the local group newsletters. They did a pretty good job. Again, production quality. You know, it had a nice box and it had a nice manual that went along with it. So 83, they were already starting to make new games for, in this case, retro systems. I know it wasn't terribly retro at the point, but the 2600 was, all the rage at the time. Your by this time your Astrocade was probably already collecting dust. It would be like somebody making a new game for the Magnavox, for the Odyssey. So nice to see somebody actually do stuff like that. So I would say this is probably one of the first examples of a new game for a retro system, if you want to consider 5 years retro.
That's pretty.
Well, how was it actively being sold and stuff? Otherwise, it's
No,
probably
exactly.
a dead
It was
system.
a dead system at that point. By 83, this was a dead system. I mean, usable still, and honestly, graphically better than the 2600.
Easily.
So you could still do better games on it. But a thoroughly dead system from that standpoint. I mean, you had people doing basic programming stuff for it because there was actually a basic out for this. You could hook a cassette tape to it, the whole 9 yards. It had a few attachments you could pop onto it to make it a pseudo computer. Its keyboard was hilarious. It's got this little numeric keypad, so you'd enter 07.
Jesus, the thing ran a
FF,
Z8.
Yeah. Again. Yeah. I mean, it had a lot of power. So I'd say that's probably one of the first examples. All right, how about you, Travis?
It was kind of interesting. Again, a lot of the stuff we're talking about is, obviously hobbyist stuff. You're not doing it because you're doing it to sell a game on notes. You're doing it because it's something you really love. And I've seen a lot of people do some really creative stuff for old, and I'm going to use commercially dead consoles. So the best example I can think of, and again, it's it's kind of halfway out. It exists and it's being brought to shows, but it's not commercially available yet. But Super Russian Roulette that I was talking about earlier.
Oh yes.
And again, it was a really creative idea that uses old hardware to kind of create a new experience. So for people who haven't heard, Super Russian Roulette was a Kickstarter done on about a new NES game that came out. But the thing is it used the NES Zapper, so you could play Russian Roulette on it. You played against this cowboy, and he calls you names, and you can play up to 5 other people or whatever. But you can either you basically push a button on the controller to spin the chamber of the gun, and you can put it up to your head and click it, and it will either shoot or not shoot. You can also point it at the screen if you think the bullet's in it. You can try to shoot the cowboy, or you can try to shoot his teddy bear. And if it shoots him, it'll shoot him. But otherwise, he'll pull out a gun and shoot at you. But it's a really creative. It's got a really, really great promo video, and the board and the game already exist. He successfully funded. It's just being produced as like a mass thing now. So that's gonna start shipping next year, which will be pretty cool. But it's interesting to see people take that kind of old tech and do new things with it.
Yeah, and again, if you haven't seen the promo video for it, watch
hilarious.
the promo video for it.
It's
It's
really
freaking
hilarious.
hilarious. It was that, I guarantee you probably sold more copies of it than anything. The promo video is brilliant.
The overly concerned parents are gonna really hate this thing.
Well, again, it's not something that's gonna be That's the thing. Is it's not something that's gonna be mass produced, and you really have to know about it to know it exists. And it's a
Congress will find it.
yeah, right.
If 2 people are playing it, Congress will find it and say it's a widespread problem. They're all killing themselves because of it at some point.
But again, it's you see these people doing it because they love doing it. It's not because it's all right, I see money to be made in it. That's why a lot of these are making things for dead consoles. It's just because it's technology that you think is interesting.
Yeah,
I think
again,
most
you
are
do.
hoping just to break even a little bit on their costs.
It's a labor of love telling you to do
Oh,
this
tie back
episode.
to last episode, yeah.
Nice.
No, it really, you're right, though.
Bum,
That's it.
bum,
You don't do
bum,
this
bum.
because you're going to get rich doing it. You do this because it's cool to do. You just want to, you loved the system. You want to...
The only other example I can think of is when they have 2 generations of consoles out, when the Xbox 360 was really, really on its way out, they're still making ports for it. And, is that technically a dead console, or is it just on life support?
I just did the wrong topic.
Yes,
the
you
wrong
did.
damn topic.
Yes,
did
you
anybody
did.
want to say to me that I did the wrong damn topic?
I was gonna let it
I
go. 'cause
trusted
you. Weren't
you.
Feeling well,
I
but,
trusted you.
What do you mean
You
you
did the
wrong
remake.
topic?
I did the wrong damn topic.
Yeah,
I did the
he
remake
did
instead
the
of
wrong
doing it.
topic
Ah, don't
on
worry.
his-
I'll just
his-
do the wrong topic
Because
next
he did
time.
remakes, which
Did
is
you
the
remake?
next
I wasn't paying
topic.
attention.
Because I was
I
focused
never
on
listened.
it.
Dead
I never
system.
listened to him during
Yeah.
the show.
Rob's
So.
on the drugs.
Yeah, he's. I figured I'd let it go.
Sorry.
All right, you could have bought. Okay, well, you.
Rob's on the drugs.
I'm not
It's
feeling very
okay.
well.
All right, yeah, he really is on
So-
the drugs.
Yeah.
There's
Why he's only had one
another
beer.
one. And maybe you guys can help me out with the name. There was next to our room at MGC. There was a NES game that was
So now you make eye contact.
one of these dead system ones. It was like a Battle Tactics or something like that. It was Battle Warrior or something like that. It was basically a tactical game for the NES.
I do not remember it.
I'll have to let that one go then.
All right.
I think Larry's making up games.
I
again.
agree.
No, they were next to our room.
yeah.
but
Oh,
we
come
heard-
on.
All right,
Can we
Ryan.
go-
It was
can we
a
go with
really
Ryan,
great
please?
Let's go with
for
Ryan.
NES.
Well,
Then you pull
what?
the beer tap. And
Someone had bought
Larry's
one
on
and
the
left it in our
do.
room for like the whole weekend.
Oh, for God's sake, let Ryan talk. Jesus Christ, people.
All right.
Hey, actually, can we talk for a second?
Okay.
No.
No!
You cannot fucking talk.
Well, mine will be short because I misread the topic on it. And
Well, I did
and
too,
guess-
so don't worry about it.
I guess both of mine fit into the next segment. So I'll
We'll do
probably
one now
change
and
it.
then
The
do
good
one
news
later.
is you're not the only one who did it, so.
Problem is, it was a game that was released. Actually, it was sort of a remake of a Commodore 64 game on the 3DO. Originally, it was called Firepower, and then got re-released as Return Fire on 3DO, which then made it to PC and PlayStation later. But that was pretty much a top-down capture the flag game with a
I remember that
helicopter,
game.
tank, missile launcher kind of vehicle, and a Jeep.
But
to
that
go
was a
drive
new
around.
game for the 3DO.
Correct.
Really, it may have been based on the one for the C64.
Yeah.
Was this after the 3DO was dead?
No, that's the problem. Is
Okay.
I was thinking in my head dead system, and I'm thinking just systems that are
What was
gone,
the
not necessarily gone, but something.
what was the
newly
name of the
made.
64 version?
Firepower.
Which was
I
a
remember
great
that,
game.
yeah,
I love the
Let's
serial
look it
link
up.
on that game. That was the best
Yeah, that
part
was
of
one of the
Firepower.
early like 2-player.
Yep.
kind of-
2 computers locked
Yep.
together. You could drive out on to each other's screens, and it was really cool.
So it's not really a remake on a dead console because it came out when it was.
The console was still, the 3DO was still alive.
Yeah,
But
it's funny because I played that on the PC.
Yeah,
I
it's
said
awesome.
I played this damn game before,
And
and
now
I
you know
couldn't
why.
figure out where. Yeah, I couldn't figure out where it was. It was on the Commodore 64 because I had a big
Yep.
disc of Commodore 64 games. Not that game. Well, I played that game before.
no, they're just trying to decide who goes first.
We take turns.
All right, we're
never
going
mind.
on to the next
All right,
topic.
next topic. Next topic.
Oh God. Well, this is the one we're submitting to the Webbies, guys. Gotta
All
tell
right.
you, this is it this year. This is our year. This is gonna be the one.
Best worst podcast.
Yes.
That's right.
That's double plus ungood, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
So next topic.
all right. Well, let's talk about what I just talked about and Ryan just talked about. You guys need to catch up to us.
All right, we'll catch
and
up
we're
to you
talk
guys.
about
I ain't cutting the
remakes
mustard.
of games.
Right. So old games that were released onto new systems. Yes. So to define that again, that's a commercially successful game that may have been out on the CC.
Doesn't have to be commercially successful.
Yeah,
Could've been
that
shipped,
is a
who knows?
definition that we don't need to go with.
All right.
But
So,
definitely a remake of a
of
game
something
that already
of an
existed.
old game that they've moved on to a new platform, a completely different platform. All right, good. Ben, you open it up.
Spy Hunter.
Ooh, all right.
They there's the original arcade version, the one I played. I'm not sure if that's the original.
Okay, now but
That's
before you get into that was like on every freaking platform ever.
Yeah, but when it was on PS2, it was entirely different.
Oh.
They remastered it so that it was this. You were still
Top
playing
down.
It wasn't a top down. It was the 3/4 view, like Cruising USA kind of style. But it was you're on a set track basically, but you get to move around, and it was. I thought it ported over where it updated the graphics, and there's some other add-ons too. I think there was you got a hover car at some point, and maybe a motorcycle too.
You did in the original. You got the boat, and then
Yeah, there
the
was a
motorcycle
boat
wasn't
too.
there though.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So
But yeah, no, that was the first game that popped in my head of like, no, I played the first and I thought it was a super solid game. And then when I saw it on PS2, it was,
Oh yeah.
hey, I'll check this out. And it was
Swear to God,
real good.
I just played that game for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I picked it up in a lot of PS2 games. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, this is
No,
good.
I missed
I
that one
thought
completely.
I thought it reviewed terribly. It did not review terribly. It reviewed very well. It was
Yeah,
was in the 9s and 10s.
8.9.
yeah, it was in the 9s and 10s
Yeah,
a lot. Mhm.
Yeah, it was a solid game in and of
Yeah.
itself, but it was a remake.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
you know, it's a nice looking remake. Holy
is.
crap.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
yeah, that's.
I missed that one completely. I didn't see that one when it came out.
Were you wearing your readers?
No, probably not. How old are you now, Ben?
Not 30.
If we had subtitles on this podcast, that would say in parentheses guffawing.
But
All right.
hurtling towards 30
Matt,
is
how
like
about
a
you?
bull in a china shop.
So
Gently.
one of the things that Squeenix did, a couple of years ago was they re-released some of their, I believe, Super Nintendo Final Fantasy games for. I don't remember. Was it Game Boy Advance? I think it was Game Boy Advance, and they came out with all remastered graphics. So instead of the normal Nintendo graphics you'd come to expect from a Super Nintendo, they were released with like reasonably three-dimensional sprites. And
Spritz?
just the spritz of sprites. And they were really quite good. They didn't really change the mechanics very much at all, or the story at all, but they updated the graphics to go with the times for the mobile platform they were releasing on. And then a couple of years ago, more recent than that,
they took those Game Boy remakes and ported them over to mobile systems, so you can get them on iOS and Android now. And those are cool little remakes. They're a good update for games that came out 20, 25 years ago at this point. For a new generation, and it was really cool to see those come out. I have one or two of them myself, but my attention is such a fickle thing, so
Blue car.
Understand.
I moved on. But they were good. I enjoyed them very much.
Okay, so Vidya came on and he said it's called Armed for Battle, the game that Larry was talking about. And I'm like so fucking pissed that he's vindicated now.
So we're really gonna yeah.
I still think he's talking
Bastard! Bastard! Yeah, he's talking about Tapper. Yeah. Fuck!
Did you see the remake they made for the Neo Geo?
All right, how about you, Larry?
Man, why isn't there a tap?
Oh no!
There was! Holy shit!
Tapped out.
Wait, I'm throwing it out there. Hell yes! There was Tapper World Tour. It was made for the iPad, and it was freaking
Really?
excellent. Yes.
Oh, Larry, you missed it. You missed it.
Thank you very much.
Now you can't talk about Tapper.
Oh, it's for the
Yes, he did.
iPad, right?
Yes.
Which means most
Just
people.
iOS?
Which means most people missed it.
No, most people play. I hate to say it, it outnumbers Android.
I know.
Well, wait, that's not
Do you
true.
understand
Anymore.
that?
It outsold it if you're gonna buy something.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it came out on Android, it was probably pirated. Hey, I'm an Android guy.
I
can
mean,
say
probably.
that. Probably.
I mean, let's not mince words.
Hey, wait,
Android
maybe they did
users
make-
steal.
I wonder if they made it on there.
It's not stealing if you leave the original thing there and make a copy.
Hold on, I'll find out.
Well,
In the
All right.
traditional
So-
sense of stealing.
Wait, did they steal the same name from Rampage? Did they do Rampage World
That's
Tour
where,
as well?
yeah, that's what.
That certainly did kind of sound like it.
And I enjoyed that game.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had
I
a
think
lot
all
of
of us
fun
enjoyed
with
The one with the
that.
monsters
I hope
where
I
you
didn't
fight
steal
each other and
somebody's-
destroy a city at the same time.
Okay, guys, so Tapper World Tour was released on Android, so pirate away!
Yarr! Who pirates on Android anymore?
But how do you get the Deer
Shitload of
Tapper to
people.
play it for real?
It's
Just gotta,
very
like, touch the
determined
screen.
This is like 99 cents.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm sure that's
Right, and people don't like to pay $1 for something that will give them hours of entertainment.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, wow. Who pirates on Android?
Oh, let's
anymore?
not get started.
All right,
We're-
all right.
We should do an
right,
episode
We've,
on that.
we've done an episode on that. We've done
called
like
the
3.
Stop Being a Cheap Bastard
Yeah,
episode.
and-
Yeah.
exactly. It. All right.
Pay for your
Who's
shit
next?
episode.
You know, I mean, kind of tagging on to.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
No, you keep going. 'cause,
Oh no,
Okay,
we'll
no,
go
yeah,
on for another
keep
2
it.
freaking hours. Will ya?
It'll spin forever.
I just, tagging on a little bit into what Matt was talking about as far as reskinning of, not really changing the mechanics, not really doing much as far as the remake on that. I was really excited on the Wii when Tecmo Bowl came out, and with updated graphics and stuff. And then, of course, it was a game I loved when it first came out. So it was a lot of fun to go back and play that. And they did a really kind of cool thing, and they've done it in some of the other reskinning games, where the underneath game is just there, and you can hit a button and go to
switch
the
on the
original
fly.
Right, which I
graphics.
like that idea.
And then you can flip back to which is fun like the first time you do it, and then you never go back. It's like, no, this is so much better. you know?
Yeah, they did that. They did that with the Halo re-releases that they did on 360 and then later on Xbox One.
Yeah.
So
It's amazing.
Right.
I
Well,
never
and-
played it.
Port back.
All the Monkey Islands,
well, I
they
mean,
did
just
that
to
on
look,
the-
you're like,
Yeah,
wow,
but
this
you
was
could,
worse.
You could flip back to the original, which I thought, again, was a very clever idea on that. He was just saying Monkey Island did the same thing.
Right.
You could play it in the new enhanced graphics mode, but you could drop back to the original.
That's that light
Version.
flavor.
You got beer all
no,
over
he got
the tip.
spooge. He got spooge all over the tip.
Quit. That's the only way
Dude,
it gets
suck it up,
clean.
suck it up.
It's the only way it gets clean.
All right.
So there you
Ryan,
go.
how about
All
you?
right.
Just wait, was Ryan trying to talk right now?
Yeah.
Kick
I
him
think
in the
Larry
ball.
still had
Kick him in
something.
the balls. Kick them both in the balls.
This
It
is
doesn't
why we
reach.
can't have
No.
nice things.
This is why we can't have a nice podcast.
Mine would have been better if the remake would have been better reviewed. but I'm gonna go back to 1980 or 90 something. Amiga had the Shadow of the Beast game
Oh yeah.
made by Psygnosis. They always had the greatest intros and really cool graphics. Like the first disc was always like the intro and be like, cool, cool, cool.
I remember that. Yeah.
take out the disc, and then you finally put the other disc in. That was like the game on the second disc. So like the first disc was really, I don't think necessary. Maybe it was. Who knows?
Oh,
But,
come on! To watch those cool intros, it was necessary.
Yeah.
The games were only like 3 levels, but they were so freaking
Yeah.
hard.
So
they
Shadow
took
of the
it-
Beast was like what, a side scrolling run around, and you're like punching things to knock them out, or it was a lot of timing to go
Yeah.
between.
Are you
Like
running
things
or
coming out-
jumping? Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, it was kind of like
Yeah, you gotta time that
and-
shit out. Of
yeah,
like,
it was a very
oh, I
time
died.
intensive
was I running
game
and
with
jumping?
and the enemies and the creatures were really well designed. I thought the graphics were really good, even though when you watched it, a lot of them were like, I don't think they even moved. It was almost like a big sprite that just kind of like moved on the screen, bounced around, and you either punch it and it would just drop through the floor or not. But I remember having multi-layered like backgrounds. when
Yeah,
you
the
ran.
Parallax
scrolling.
scrolling.
Parallax.
Beautiful.
Okay, parallax.
I read the manual.
So parallax scrolling.
RTFM.
So here comes 2016, and PlayStation 4 had just released Shadow of the Beast. Thinking it was gonna be really cool, I'm watching the videos of the like that same kind of, current generation parallax scrolling. The reviews are kind of like, so I have not bought the game. I'm gonna wait for either it to just show up on PlayStation Plus or be like one of their
It'll probably
PlayStation
show 'em off.
I bet it's on
sale
the
games
Plus.
where it'll be like $5 or something like that.
Are you?
I do
Because-
want to see it though. I gotta say.
They
Way.
added more to the story.
God.
I think they even got the original like designer of the game to kind of like assist with the new programmers who like originally really loved the game that were like remaking it. And then the artist, like some of the art style that was in like the Psygnosis games, that guy, they took some of the creatures that I don't even think were in the game and kind of like incorporated them into the new game. So I thought that was really cool.
wanna
But I
see
just
that
hope the
now.
game was better
Yeah.
reviewed.
There's a remake of Alien Breed that's really good. They made 3 of them, in fact. They
Yeah.
made 3 sequels to it.
So that was that's not Bit Brothers. Who was that again?
That was Team 17. as
Team
well.
17.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was said as well.
Yeah.
Wow, Team 17 made a different game other than Worms? No, I honestly, I thought all they made
Team
was
17 made a lot of great games. Actually,
Okay,
these
I
guys
thought
were,
they
like,
made
top of
Worms
the
'cause
game.
Worms Armageddon.
No, stop.
Worms World Party,
I think there was just another Worms I saw pop up my screen one day. Like it
Worms
just came
World
out.
Tour.
Worms 19,000th version.
Yeah, no,
Hey.
there's a bunch
Worms
of
Battlefield 1.
Worms DDR.
Where's the horse?
All right,
Worms,
Travis, how about
Worms.
you?
Grand Theft Auto.
For mine, I'm gonna go with a pretty unique one. It is the Sega Ages collection, and
heard there, done that.
yeah.
I don't know.
So basically,
Rude.
in the U.S.,
Yeah.
most of them can be found under the Sega Classics collection on the PS2. But basically, after the launch of the PS2, Sega had an idea where they would start recreating a lot of their old classic titles, like Golden Axe, Space
Monaco
Harrier,
GP.
yeah,
Fantasy
Monaco GP,
Zone.
yeah, Fantasy Star Online or Fantasy Star, things like that. But the reason they started they started doing 3D remakes is because they thought people hated old school 2D graphics. So they thought, hey, if we make these with new 3D fangled graphics, people will run out and buy them in droves. So they got like a budget publisher to license these games to.
Bubble it.
And then it,
Budget
actually,
publisher.
some of them surprisingly turned out okay. But they released them at like a,
Surprisingly turned out
they're called
okay.
Yeah. They're, I mean, I'll get to it in a moment. But like they released them for $22 a piece. So like it was like pretty good price for like what you were getting. And some of them like Golden Axe and Space Harrier and things were awesome. And some of them like Outrun and things like that were okay. And like there wasn't new gameplay, but it was just like new and fancy 3D graphics.
That made me think
What'd
of
they do to
all
Gunstar
kinds of
Heroes?
PlayStation.
Did they-
PlayStation 2 had a ton of remakes like that, where they took the character from a 2D arcade game and like it like Rygar and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They had a
Oh
ton
yeah, they
of
took
those.
like the Ghouls and Ghost universe and just totally like gutted it apart, made the Maximo series.
the
things
Max,
like that.
yes,
Yeah.
the Maximals, yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that one too.
Yeah,
So bringing that up made me think of all those games. Like, oh, yeah.
But-
Wasn't there Medieval Dead too?
there were a
Medieval
few. What?
Was Medieval Dead one? where you were like a skeleton guy?
No, that's just called a medieval, or is
Okay.
it called medieval? I think
A
so,
medieval,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, with he's got a really.
But that's
good
not a
name.
remake.
Yeah.
I don't
That's not a
think.
remake. That's an original.
But
No.
that still feels a lot like Ghosts and Goblins.
That's
Oh,
feeling like
Maximal.
inspired. No,
No,
ins-
Maximo.
inspired by and being a re-release of a game are two different things.
All right.
So
But as you're talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, I bet that's what their thinking was, is that people didn't want to do side scrollers. They just,
yeah,
everybody
they want
wants
this
to do
nice
this.
3D platformer, or like taking games like Bubsy and making it 3D, like those all like the mascot platformers and things, and they had varying rates of successes. But I really like the Sega Ages collection because they just like went ham with it. Like there's so many different titles, and like again they were varying quality. You had a budget publisher. It was in a very strict timeline to kind of churn these out. So some of them had these nice 3D updates. Some of them were just pretty much re-released games on the new console. So it's like, it kind of got ripped off for some of them. But they did take the best ones and put them in the Sega Classics collection for the PS2. And I highly recommend you buy it because you can get it like under $10. Like it's a really good bet, and it's got like the best ones on there. So highly recommend you check it out.
So it's like a steal.
It is a steal.
So
I have 2 copies of it because it's that
Ooh.
good.
It's like
Slash
having
I
2 appendixes.
were these primarily arcade ports?
These would be a combination. Some of them were like old Master System games, like Phantasy Star.
But at the time, wasn't Sega still had a console? Or no?
Sega. Well, again, this was
I'm
like
just trying
end of the
think like,
Dreamcast.
Oh, so it was like.
Well, again, you're looking at the PlayStation 2 era. This is when they're
Yeah, I'm
starting to
trying to think.
lose. It was 99 when 99 when the Dreamcast came out, and then it was 2000 when the PS2 came out.
Okay.
So then you got probably it looks like it's a couple years into there. So
these
again,
probably
it's
came
when
out
Possible they were
2003.
starting to like maybe to develop these for Dreamcast, and we're like,
Let's
Yeah,
just put 'em
it's-
on. That's completely possible.
It'd be
Yeah.
around-
because they kind of the Dreamcast killed them for hardware. They were done after that.
yeah.
It wasn't really the Dreamcast fault. It was mostly the Saturn. We talked.
Yeah,
about
Saturn
this.
was
Yeah,
just such a
we-
big a hole.
Yeah.
Right.
They couldn't
There
get
was
that
no
out of
getting
it.
out of it. They could have survived the Dreamcast if the Saturn bombed. So
No,
bad.
it's the terrible
Well,
pirating that killed it.
The Dreamcast might have been really
Bless you, bless you,
might
bless
have
you.
just done really well if it weren't for the Saturn.
Oh,
frankly.
that's true too.
It
Yeah.
did, I think you're right. I think it
Yeah,
did.
people
lose a lot.
because
had such a bad-
people were
it
just
bad
sick of
taste
Sega
in their
after the
mouth.
Saturn.
Yeah.
It shook
But
a
the
lot of
Dreamcast
people.
was just a fucking amazing system.
I know.
$9.99. Never forget.
Never forget.
Right.
What am I
Never
not supposed to forget?
yesterday.
Oh,
Hey,
jeez.
Rick
So
Perry.
that's what Prince meant, like
Rick
party
Perry.
like
Right.
1999.
Nice try though.
How do you read with these things?
You'll
future.
understand.
Just wait for the future.
There's gonna be a
You'll
morning.
get
You're
it.
gonna wake up, Ben. You'll go. God,
Yeah.
why is everything blurry?
3 years. Do you hear that ticking?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
All right.
It's guaranteed if you're still alive in your upper age, you will have reading glasses. There is
Is
no
that a
getting
threat?
around it.
You will have reading glasses.
That was a threat.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my all-time favorite as far as remake goes, Elite Dangerous. So again, the original Commodore had 64 had a game called Elite, which was a space simulator. It was basically mainly a trading simulator. Yes, you could do battle and you could do some piracy, but really it really was a trading simulator. They did a really good job on that. You'd go to one planet, gather resources at a low price, take it to another planet that needed it for a high price.
Not enough to be a peacenik game.
Not enough to be a peacenik game because there was piracy in the battles and all that stuff that went on, but it was a really solid game. And then came Elite Dangerous, and they took it to the next level. And
That's
did,
decades later too.
yeah, well, yes, but so they re-released it for the PC. They added all sorts of great elements to the game. One of the bigger ones that I do enjoy about it, they added Oculus support, so you could actually play it in VR. The game plays well. They kept enough of the feel of the original game that you got the feel of the original game, you got the idea of the original game, yet it still had so many new elements in it.
I've not even played it yet, but I have watched people play it, like footage of it.
Yeah.
And you get drawn just watching the footage.
Yeah, I've watched people build full cockpits to play this game. It's that good.
I'm waiting for my. I
What kind of
ordered
hits?
another.
Cockpits, you're very familiar with those.
I ordered another force feedback controller so I can play it rightfully. I've got a lot of flight sticks, but currently
Yeah, you run it.
all my force feedback
Right.
ones got I sold. So.
You want a good dual setup with a force feedback. It really does play out extremely well when
Gotta
you
have to
have
do it.
that. So, but they did just a brilliant job recreating, keeping the feel of the original game, and yet porting it over. It was a commercial success. They've done quite well with it. So, again, really a solid game. All right, I think we have now killed that topic.
Take us out, Rob.
Oh, I'll take you out.
Take me out.
Take you out. Take your children out. Take your children's children out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is not Russian judicial
Okay,
court.
sorry about that.
So, if you ever see the Guys, Games, and Beer white van coming down your road, which you can find very easily because it's clearly marked free puppies and kittens, and ice cream, and candy,
Always
And
the
hot
candy.
dickings.
make sure to maybe check out our website at www.guysgamesandbeer.net first, or maybe check out our Facebook on www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer, or maybe even send us a tweet at guysgamesbeer with no and. Maybe you'll get a free game. Maybe you'll get a kitten. Maybe you'll get something else.
But before we go out, it's going to be about that time of year, too. So Guys, Games, and Beer is going to be doing a lot of shows in the not-too-distant future here out on the road. We've got at least 3 lined up so far coming up. The first one is going to be Gamehole Con, which is like November 6th or something.
4th,
around
5th, and
that
6th.
date. What's that?
4th, 5th, and 6th.
$11.99.
November 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Let's make a purchase.
And then we're going to have...
You can also buy hotdickings.com, hotdickings.info, or
Yes!
hotdickings.biz for $16.
Oh, gentlemen, get those sites.
The business of giving you the business.
Trevor's is just looking for new domains.
And
Right,
tell
we're
them that
gonna
Guys,
redirect
Games, and Beer sent you.
Dominate.
But we will also be at Midwinter, which is coming up in January, up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So we're going to be
Planning a live show.
in Madison in November. We're going to be doing,
Yeah, we're doing a live show.
a live show at Midwinter in January, and then it'll come out our big event, which is our favorite, and it'll be here before you know it, MGC, in March. No, in April, beginning of April.
Lousy smarch weather.
So yeah, it is going to be. We will be on the road. If you guys want to see us out live, come to any one of those shows, and you'll catch us, and possibly some other things thrown in there as well.
Like
Please
Syphilis.
try to throw a beer at Rob's head.
Don't do
No,
that.
don't.
No, don't do that.
But do try to
We
give him
need
a hot
Rob.
That
dicky.
said, you can definitely give me a beer, and I'll be very happy about it, especially right now.
All right. So
Or you
take
can
us
just
out,
give me head.
Thanks for
Hey,
the
and
help.
I'll be very happy about that,
Yeah.
especially right now.
All right, thank you very much for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. We really do appreciate it. If this is your first episode, for God's sake, go watch another one.
Drink the rest of your 6-pack.
We'll see
And
you
then
next-
watch this episode again.
We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. That was a terrible episode.
I can't
You guys are
believe
fucking horrible,
hotdickings.com
and
is
you
so
suck.
cheap.
I'm
It
surprised
is
why
what
you
Trevor's already got it.
It'd be a
On the
crime
good
not to
news
buy
part.
it.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Definitely not our worst episode either. So
Yay!
let's give ourselves applause and go up for a
Ciggy break.
relaxing smoke. Do me a favor, if you get a chance to clean up some of the beer, bring it up. Just because I'm like sick as a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Generally, I really
We got
don't
2
ask
beer
for it,
cans.
but I
No, we got
like
2.
shit, so
That's an empty.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, the
That's mostly empty.
By the way, bye, Ninja Gamer.
Bye! Someone! I gotta get going. I have to buy my wife ice cream.
Nice.
Back there. Oh, I like totally 7 o'clock. That's glazed all over it. Goodbye, streamers.
One week later, and it's dark outside. What dog?
honey cheeseburger. Good boy.
That will go on with me.
streaming.